Welcome back, you guys. This is Simple Beat. I really appreciate that you've come back to see another episode. To know that people are interested in seeing my world is really cool. I'm not really in this to get as many viewers as possible or anything. I'm just putting it out there because I'm already doing it. I'm already playing this game, so I might as well just put it out there. You get me? And if you're watching it, I think that's awesome. No matter how many of you there are, how little of you there are, I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, and so also one thing I wanted to say is that if anybody has any ideas for names for any new characters that we may get in our colony, Ella, Mathis, and Marsh they're the OGs, so they're gonna keep their names. But for any new characters that get introduced into our team, if you have name suggestions, feel free to tell me, and I will change their names. I have no problem doing that. I think that's pretty fun, and it's a great way for us all to be a little bit more invested. So let's get caught up. So where do we leave off? We have Ella. She was a medieval slave, then she became a bodyguard. She's a hard worker, and she's a lesbian, and she lives with these two misogynists, unfortunately for her. We have Mathis, who was a cult child, and then he became a colony settler. He's a misogynist, he's a teetotaler, and he's a transhumanist. Then we have Marsh, who was a war refugee, a sailor, and he's a misogynist as well. He's staggeringly ugly, but he's kind. And he has cataracts, by the way. And they both have the flu right now, so Ella's really carrying the team. She's taking care of everybody. And so let's go ahead and start the game. So I have the blueprints for the building, for the table, and for the chair. But it's Mathis's job to build, so while he has the flu, he's not really going to be available to perform those duties. So I think what I'm going to do right now, while Ella just kind of look, she's just chilling because she has nothing to do. So let's find her something to do. Let's just so when you see that little clock right there, that means that they're kind of idling because they've done all their tasks, but I never want that to happen. They'll do their free time on their own, but I never want them to idle. So I'm just going to put construction at 2. So that way, whenever she has nothing else to do, she can do some construction. Even though she's not great at it, she can at least do it. And look at her go. She's actually pretty good. Okay. She's awesome. Okay, so next thing I want to do is plan kind of like how I want to build our wall. I'm not going to build the wall. I'm just going to plan it, right? So how do I do that? I go to orders, plan. Just going to do it like this. It's going to be a pretty big place. Like that. No, not quite. Do it from there. Yeah, like that. And then like that. And like this. And it's going to be subject to change, but that's the general idea right now about how big I want my place to be and kind of what our main area is going to be. I don't want it to be too big because then it gets hard to manage in terms of defense. I want it to be like just the right size, and this seems like just the right size to me. Okay, and so the game tells me kind of like things I need to be mindful of. So I need defenses, I need a meal source, and I need batteries. And so in order to get defenses, I can just kind of solve that right now by requesting the construction of some sandbags so that we can fight from behind them. Because cover is really important in this game. Here's the sandbags. So, pretty good defensive positions, kind of like, let's just go with right here. And so that's going to cover my defenses. I have people who need treatment. Marsh is taking care of that. Next, I need batteries. I need a meal source. So what I'm going to do for food is I'm going to have them build a nutrient paste dispenser. And what that is you put the food in, and it generates like this little paste that's pure nutrients. It doesn't taste good, and they hate eating it, but it's the most efficient way for us to eat food at the beginning of the game. And so I'm not going to put it there. That's a terrible place to put it. It's the most efficient way to eat during the game. Especially in the beginning when we don't have a lot of food. I'm gonna put it there. Okay, they're sleeping now. I have my wall plan. Batteries next. Okay, so I have my turbine that's providing power, and it's providing power to nothing right now. It's just spinning for no reason. So what I want to do is first I want to create some power cables. So power conduit, excuse me. Do that there. So that way I can then build a light in there. Okay, and then in order to get batteries, I need to be able to research batteries. And so in order to research, I need a research table. So production, a simple research bench. And this is where we'll research many things that are important for our growth as a colony. I'm just gonna put it outside to start. I'll get a small penalty in terms of speed because it's outdoors, but you know what? I don't care. Okay, it looks like Mathis is feeling all better. Well, let's see if he's actually feeling better. No, he still has the flu. But it looks like he's going to be okay. Yeah, he's going to be fine. And then Marsh, his is more of a battle. This flu is actually beating him up pretty bad, probably because he's an older man, so his immune system's weaker. So let's really hope that he pulls through. It'd be a sad way to go in the early game due to the flu. But I mean, it's not unrealistic. And so what I'm constructing here, they're called hoppers. And then once we grow the rice, you put the rice in the hoppers, and then out comes the nutrient paste, and that's what they'll eat. Okay. So with this nutrient paste dispenser, that means that I'm going to make another building adjacent to our storage room, and it's going to be like our refrigerator, and that's where we'll start keeping all our food. But we do need to, are we done deconstructing things? No, we haven't even gotten close to finishing the things I assigned them to, because I'm assigning them to so much construction. But we have our research bench. So let's look at our researching possibilities. This is the researching tree. As you can see, towards the left is the more simple stuff. And then as you go to the right, it gets complex and more complex. And towards the end, you have all the things you need to research in order to build an actual ship, a spaceship, and get out of there. And that's going to take a while. So we're just going to take it one step at a time. What I want is batteries. And the reason I want batteries is because a windmill is very unreliable, because it can be windy and it can not be windy. So we're only going to get power when it's windy, and that's not reliable. And so it's good to have a battery to complement this turbine, so that way when it stops spinning, look, it's slowing down already. So that when it stops spinning, the power we'll have power restored, we'll have power saved. And we have a heat wave right now. Okay, so the heat's going to get really bad, and they will be at risk of having a heat stroke. And it's a very annoying way for them to die, and I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to build a cooler inside the house. Excuse me. And I'm going to prioritize it. Oh, it looks like he's already gonna handle it. Oh, we want that, and we want this. Looks like Mathis is hanging out. He's not building the cooler. Oh, Ella is building the cooler. Okay. We might even want to build 2 coolers. I'm going to do it because a heat wave is no joke. Put a little light in there, but we have no electricity leading to there. So then I'm going to put power conduit, just keep on connecting the cables. And we want to connect it definitely to the paste dispenser. I really need them to construct the cooler. And then construct this one, because we can't handle this heat. It's going to kill us. So look inside right now. Okay, it's already getting cool, which is great. Thank God this is going. If it stopped, then this would stop, and then the heat would creep in, and then they would be at risk of death. And so batteries are a priority, which means I need to assign someone to researching, and it's going to be Marsh. Yeah, it's gonna be Marsh. So I'm gonna put him 2 at cleaning. Yeah, 1 at handling, 1 at hauling, 1 at research. That should give him enough time to at least start his research. Maybe even take him off the hauling because Ella's doing so much hauling. And look, the power's gone because our turbine stopped, and that's really, really unfortunate. Okay, so let's keep on moving. Assign them to deconstruct this because this is so close by. I hope Marsh is doing okay from the flu. Let's see how he's doing. His flu is extreme. I think he's barely gonna make it. He just made it. Okay, he's gonna be all right. But that was really uncomfortably close. Might be time to maybe plant some additional plants. These are almost fully grown. Let's make another growing area. And this time it's going to be potatoes. It's already set on potatoes. Great news. Look at him deconstruct away. That's great. Okay, we might as well just continue telling him to deconstruct stuff because we can really use all the building supplies we can get right now. Okay, that. In all honesty, I really hope these 3 survive. Every time I've played this game, first off, full disclosure, I have never beaten this game. Not once have I ever beaten this game. I've gotten pretty close once, and still, I lost. And so, there's that. And then what I was going to say before that was that I really hope these 3 survive, because on top of me never beating this game, my original 3 have never, gotten too far. Eventually we'll get some additional people, and then over time my original 3 will slowly die off, and I'll be stuck with kind of the remaining people who kind of came in later in the game, and they just kind of make the best of things. But I really hope this group survives. I'm sure you're rooting for them as well. Got some throw up there. That's kind of gross. The heat wave is over. Great news. I'm a huge fan of the music in this game. It's a great little mix. Reminds me of the show Firefly, a sci-fi show from a while ago. It's like sci-fi with a western vibe to it. I approve. Okay, so you see down here we just got a psychic drone. I'll read it for you. Every colonist of the male gender winces in pain. Some distant engine of hatred is stirring. It is projecting a powerful psychic drone over this entire region on a frequency that only seems to affect the male gender. For a few days, some people's moods will be quite a bit worse, but the level is low. But still, I don't need anybody in a bad mood. So let's see if that ends up having an effect. Okay, I was putting the food inside the hopper. Okay, so we got quite a bit of limestone, so it's time to build our official refrigerator. First, I'm going to put the door here, and then I'm going to structure limestone. Do that. Do that. And that. And that. And that's going to be our refrigerator. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sick right now, but I was still so eager to play, so, I hope you guys don't mind. I hope it's not too obvious about how sick I am. We can really use those batteries. You see, that's Marsh's progress on researching the batteries. It's still going to take him a while, because he's not that intelligent. He's 5, but he's very passionate about intelligence, so this is his opportunity to really grow those skills. See, they go in the door, they grab the food, they go right back out, and then they eat at the table. Oh, I'm not building another door, so they won't be able to get in here anymore. Just build it right there. And then after this, I'm gonna really start prioritizing building a wall. Like I have I have storage, I have a kitchen, and I have a barracks. They probably hate the fact that they're sleeping in a barracks, but I mean, we gotta prioritize. And so right now it's April, May. So as it says right there, the seasons are divided into quarters. There's April, May, which is spring. There's Jugust, which is the summer. September, which is fall, and Decemberary, which is the winter. And towards the fall and winter, it starts to get a lot colder, and so I have to be prepared to get them warm clothes. And so right now they all have, like you can see, they have like little t-shirts and button-ups on, and that's not going to be good enough for the winter time. I'm going to have to eventually tailor some parkas. And right now we're pretty vulnerable because we only have plans for a wall but no wall actually. So if we were to get raided, which I expect to happen pretty soon, it's gonna be a tense situation. And we have opportunities for peace talks. I'll read it. Bull, chief of the coalition of Robemia, has sent us a message. She wants to talk with us in a nearby location. It could be a great opportunity to improve relations with their faction and receive gifts, but beware, a poor negotiator can cause more harm than good and may even anger them. This offer will expire after 27 days. I'll just show you where it is. I'm not going to do it, but I'll just show you where it is. Right there. So we are here. The peace offer is there. So I would have to send someone to go on that trip, but we're not really in a position to do that. One, because we don't have food to travel. Two, it's pretty early in the game. I can't afford to send someone out. We need everybody here doing the work of maintaining our brand new colony. So I'm not really in a position to go sending people out on missions. Okay, so we have our kitchen built. It's not much of a kitchen, more like a food storage. There's not even coolers. I'm gonna have to build coolers to keep the food cold. Might as well do that now. Do 3. Eventually I want to build them beds, and then eventually I want to give them their own rooms. I should probably build them beds ASAP. Mathis, as you can see, is in a bad mood. There's a little bar behind their bodies, and that's their mood. And so Mathis is in a pretty poor mood, and so let's see why. He's in a decent barrack. He's not completely upset about that. He's frustrated because he's not fulfilled his transhumanist desires. He's been sleeping on the ground, unsightly environment, minor pain, ate raw food, and he's very hungry. Okay, so he's in a poor mood. So it'd be within our best interest to kind of make him even a little bit more happy. So I'm going to make him a bed. Make them all beds. I can't afford to make them all beds. I'm going to make just him a bed because he's in the worst mood. And when someone gets in a worse mood than him, then I'm going to give them his bed. So far this has been pretty relaxing, pretty good. It's been quiet, maybe even too quiet. Hopefully not. Okay, Mathis is making his bed, and then Ella is making the coolers. We really need batteries though, because these coolers are going to suck up a lot of power. This nutrient paste is sucking up a lot of power. We got these lamps, we got these coolers, and so we're not really in position to really pushing this wind turbine's capabilities. So the sooner we get batteries going, the better. And he's still got a ways to go because he's an amateur scholar. And the dog's eating all our food. It's kind of annoying. I'm sure someone might be wondering, like, why don't you kill the dog and make it food? And I might have in another situation, but I can't because Ella is very close with the dog. Ella is very close to the dog, so if we killed it, she would be very upset. Okay, so we have some spacecraft that we can deconstruct. And so we're gonna deconstruct it, and you can deconstruct it for steel and components and many other things. And so there they go. See if there's any more walls we can tear down. Here's some. My girlfriend Brenda, she used to play this game sometimes, and she would get so upset about how ignorant I was towards the emotional needs of some of the characters. And so you may agree with her over time. Sometimes I'll see like minor break risks, major break risks, extreme break risks, and I'll just kind of like overlook it. But I really shouldn't. So if you see me do it, encourage me to do otherwise. All I need is your encouragement. Okay. Looks like we got a pretty good thing going here. Everybody's happy, everybody's working. Marsh is researching. Ella's helping Mathis construct and deconstruct. But honestly, the sooner we get batteries, the better, so we don't have to keep on eating raw food. It looks like we're running out of food too, because we have to eat the raw food, which is extremely upsetting. And I honestly think we don't have any food right now. Yeah, we are all out of food. We are out of food. Well, we'll see what happens. It looks like I'm going to stop it here. Thanks again. I hope you tune in for the next episode. So I told you that I was going to figure out how many episodes I'm going to do a week. I'll probably do every other day I'll post an episode. So every other day I'll post an episode, about 20 minutes each. Thanks so much, you guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.